So what you're telling me is that you have this gift, you were afraid of it, naturally. You were also simultaneously working in spaces where you had to not be yourself. And that whenever you don't share your gift, it harms you. It's literally like a physical impairment for you to not exist in your true self.
Hey, beautiful. This interview between Tabitha Brown and Amanda Seales really put into perspective why I should choose me first. So I wanted to share the 5 takeaways I got in the hopes it'll help you see yourself more clearly as well.
I learned very early how to code switch, right? I learned by watching my mama, how she talked to people at the bank or white people. I gave so much of myself away for so long that it's like almost like I lost myself, but I was still there. And now I have me again, right? So I feel like I had a lost season that was a very long time. But I'm never shy about who I am. And I always tell people, like, I got braids right now, but I'm a whole black woman who walk around with an afro.
Yes, you are.
I'm already intimidating to a lot of people.
Yes, you are.
But I come in peace. That doesn't mean I come in weakness or ignorance or naiveness, right? In corporate America, when I worked 9 to 5s, I spent many years code switching to make white people comfortable. And it made me sick. When I started having panic attacks.
Oh, like it made me literally sick.
Yeah, because I realized I had let it go so far that they got too comfortable to talk to me crazy without saying too much. Because when I had woke up and realized it, I sued. So
You better use the system.
so it is only so much I can say.
Yeah.
But yeah, they started to feel comfortable, and because I was the only black person at the business and the only black woman in the business, and they just did weird things to me that I allowed too long.
So what was the turning point? What was the turning point from, because before you even get the opportunity to like do things the way you want to, you have to decide, I'm not going to do things the way I've been doing it.
I realized it was so many things that were making me sick. And not being free was one of them. And so when you're not free, you allow people to treat you any kind of way. You start to settle for things that you don't deserve.
What made you a people pleaser? When we people please, we are being nurturing, but we're also trying to control, right?
Yeah.
Like we're trying to make sure that everyone feels good.
Yes.
And that also makes us feel good. And then it also makes us feel like we have done our best to make sure that nothing's going to fall, nothing's going to break, everything is in place, etc. And that is not possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not possible to sustain.
I think I've always just have had that nature to like love people. And this was happening for so long in my life, but it's also because I wasn't putting myself first, which is why I'm such an advocate now for me first, you first, right? Freedom.
Which is not selfishness.
It's not selfish, it's self-care.
Yes.
Right? It's taking care of you. We get one of us. We get one, and we get one life, right? And as my daddy always say, and one is enough if we live it right. Right. And so it is our responsibility to ourselves to take care of ourselves. I thought God had forgotten about me. And I also thought he didn't hear me anymore. I always prided myself on having this relationship with God. But then I realized that I had a relationship with him, but it was more of what I was taught about him, not what I allowed him to develop inside of me. And so in this dark season of my life is when he really got to develop something inside of me. Right. And I got to a place where I was like, okay, Lord, I'm gonna try one more time, and I'm gonna beg and I'm gonna plead with you. And I got in my bathroom. I call this my coming to Jesus moment that I've talked about a million times. And I got in the mirror and I was trying to connect with him. And they say you can only do that like your soul is, you see it through your eyes, right? So
Okay.
I'm in the bathroom, I'm in the mirror. You know, I got big eyes, so it was kind of scary. And I'm staring at myself. And I was like, God, if you heal me, you can have me. And I'm not going to try to live my life my way anymore. I'm going to live it how you created me to live it, which means whatever layers I have created, I'm going to have to strip them away. And I'm only going to live a life of obedience. When you tell me to move, I'll move. When you tell me to do something, I'll do it. And when I walked out the bathroom that day, something felt different in me. I wasn't healed, but something felt different.
To me, like when you walked out that bathroom, like you had walked into purpose. That's to me what it sounds like. You like walked into purpose, and then now, and you like allowed yourself to be used. And it's such a freeing thing when you decide like, I don't need to figure this out because it's figured out. I just need to
be obedient and walk.
Yeah, and give space for it to manifest. You need to give time for things to manifest that you are trying to manifest. And I think sometimes we're just like, what's going on? And when we talk about the whole like having it all, I think people think it's a checklist. It's an agenda that it's going to show up in. They think it's going to show up like how Chili wanted her man to show up. And, you know, back in the day, Chili had a list, y'all. Okay? We don't know how it's going to show up.
Listen.
But once you decide to just be like available, it comes to you.
I won't do anything for money. Money is a bonus. Right? God will provide.
I be trying to tell y'all.
See, all I have is my word. The moment I start lying to my people, then what do I have?
I think there's a privilege to it. But the privilege that I have is an assurity of self that I know it's going to come.
That's right. Listen, what's for me is for me. And now I'll go back to work if I have to, like a regular 9 to 5. And I ain't never afraid to work. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to do anything for money anymore. If I get paid for doing things, but it's only in alignment. I'm only doing things that feel good to me, that are truthful to me, that are authentic to me. That's all I'm doing. I was born with a gift. I talk about it in my first book because I already had a lot of followers. And I wanted to reveal to them my gift. And I wanted to put it in my opening chapter to give them the choice if they wanted to continue to follow me or not. So I started with that. So this is your opportunity to either close it or keep reading. Because I hid it for so long. Growing up with a gift is scary. And if you try to tell people what you see or dream or hear, you're told you're crazy or they look at you strange. And so I had hid it for a very long time. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to hide that anymore. So this is who I am. What I realized about myself, if I dream something or God specifically tells me something about somebody and I don't share it, I get sick. Like I get dizzy, I get nauseous, I have to lay down. It's a very bad thing. So I have to get it out. And then once I get it out, it's gone from my thought. I don't even think of it anymore.
So what you're telling me is that you have this gift, you are afraid of it naturally. You were also simultaneously working in spaces where you had to not be yourself. And that whenever you don't share your gift, it harms you. It's literally like a physical impairment for you to not exist in your true self.
Yeah.
This is 2 different instances that you have told me of this.
Yeah.
Then you looked in the mirror and you spoke to your soul, which is outside of your body. Like this is just the machine we're in. Like your soul is like some other thing that's just inhabiting this space. And you spoke to your soul and you were like, okay, so we speaking to God. And you were like, okay, so I'm here. Like, and would you say that once you stepped into that space, not only did your spirit change, like did your body change, would you say that you saw a change in the way that things were coming to you?
I did a 30-day vegan challenge. During the 30 days of the vegan challenge, I had a dream. In the dream, I saw myself on a TV show, but the screen was small. And I was like, I saw myself on the show and I was like, I woke up and I said, okay, Lord, I'm not doing stand-up right now. I am not auditioning really because I'm not well. Excuse me. Reveal that to me. What was that? And I heard a voice say, start doing videos. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing videos. Like, why would I do
What year is this? Like what?
2017. Like August. Start doing videos. And I'm sitting on my floor and I was like, why would I do a video, Lord? I don't do videos. And he was like, listen, when you were trying to get a TV show, you were doing stand-up. And you was reaching 15, 30 people, a night doing those little open mic nights. You start doing videos, you're going to reach thousands in minutes. And I was like, see, God, that's where I got you because, see, I don't have thousands of followers. So I can't reach thousands in minutes. So that don't even make sense. And he said, start doing videos. And I was like,
how does this combination, I'm curious, how did these conversations happen for you? Like, is it in meditation? Is it in the shower?
yeah,
Is it in the car?
I'm in my floor at my house, in my bedroom, and at this house that I was in, my bathroom in the bedroom, I was sitting in the middle of the doorway. So it's like half of my body in the bathroom, half of it in the bedroom. And it's like a whisper.
Was that a space that you usually would sit in to think?
Yeah, I'll always go to the floor.
Oh, cool.
And sometimes I can talk to God anywhere, but when I wake up from a dream, I hit the floor.
Ground yourself.
And so when he said that, I was very like, no, I don't want to do it. And he said, remember a couple of weeks ago, you said, if I heal you, I can have you.
He did say that.
And I said, I did say that. I said, you caught me on a bad day. And I had said it. Yeah. So, all right. That's why I started doing videos. And so on day 30, I told my husband, I was like, I'm feeling like myself again. I think I'm going to go vegan. This is going to be my life. And he was like, oh, that's so good for you, babe. But I'm going to need a piece of chicken tomorrow, right? Like in his mind, like, you got to go on that journey by yourself. And I was like, I'm going vegan. Like, it's not a challenge anymore. This is my life.
Yep.
The moment I said that out of my mouth, like a hummingbird would hit your ear, that flutter sound, through that I could hear, now tell people what you're eating in your videos. And that's how I started doing food videos. So when you ask after that day in the bathroom, did things change? It increased. And it increased because of my obedience.
I want to get to a point where I don't need someone to show me the whackness in order to convince me that they're whack. Like, I already felt it. Listen, you know, I don't need to like wait for the demonstration. I've already felt it. And that's the God, right?
Yeah. And that's him saying, you can trust the gift I've given to you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I hope you got as much value out of this interview as I did. If you would like to see more inspiring content geared towards women, be sure to like and subscribe. In the meantime, let's continue to prosper properly as his property.